Hey, welcome to Afterthoughts. My thoughts on this week's show. This week we have Miranda Young, the ghost biker, on talking about her season 5 and from Ghost Biker Explorations. I've known Miranda for a few years now. We met at a convention in Virginia. We were vending, she was speaking, and I knew about her before that. And I was kind of excited to meet her because I knew the kind of work that she did. But when we met, we had a great friendship connection, and we've been friends ever since. And I'm so happy to be friends with her. She is an awesome person. Get up and watch her shows. She does the live broadcast every Thursday night. She has, all of her seasons of Ghost Biker Explorations. Unbelievable. Still, one of my favorite episodes is season 1, I believe. Or, no, sorry. Season 2, episode 1. Okay. It's the end of the line. It's about Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary, and you would not believe the EVPs that she has captured. I mean, audible. But, talking about her jails that she was in this year's season 5. 5 years she's been doing this. But it's amazing. The minute that she goes into these jails, you're hearing things. And that's another reason why I always say turn that recorder on right away, because you never know what you're going to capture when you go in these locations. But it was unbelievable. But just walking up the steps, you could hear audible voices. And they're not even setting up their equipment yet. But that's the kind of stuff that she gets. And it's unbelievable, the amount of EVPs. Like the one in Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary, you can hear she actually sleeps in one of the cells, and you can hear a voice going nighty night. Now, come on, that is crazy. And the sounds that she recorded while she was sleeping, because she does spend the night in these locations. Now, the things that she gets is amazing. But anyhow, that's the thing about her, is when she films these seasons, she goes to these locations and she doesn't just do an investigation and call it a documentary. She talks about the location, talks about the history. She talks about the town that she's in. She makes it a real documentary. And that's what separates her from some of these other people that, I don't want to talk negative, but they say they have documentaries, but all they're doing is filming themselves doing their investigation and calling it a documentary. It's not. That's filming a investigation. And I have one. It's coming out here. I just finalized it. I just worked on it. And it's called The Warehouse. And it's not a documentary, but I'm putting it out there so that everybody can see the amazing things that we captured during this Estes method. It's a 40-minute video, and I'm still finding things that I didn't realize before. But anyways, that'll come out in a little bit. But getting back to Miranda, I am just so proud to be called her friend, because she does amazing work, and you're going to love watching her videos. The interview we had was great. I enjoyed talking to her. But once you really get into her videos and her seasons, you can binge watch them, because there are only 5 videos per season, and they're about 40 minutes long. But, and that's another thing too, is people think, well, wait a minute, they're only 40 minutes long and you call it a season? But the thing is, she spends days in these locations gathering information and filming, and to make a great video for you guys to watch. But it just blew my mind, some of the evidence that she captured during these, small town jails that she's in. Now, her jail, and she didn't talk much about her jail. I mean, we did talk about different things that happened in that, but I'm sitting there, and as she's talking, I'm thinking, talk about this or talk about that, and she didn't. But she has people come in and do paranormal investigations. So you can do paranormal investigations at her jail, which is the historic Scott County Jail down in Huntsville, Tennessee. easy to get to. It's right off 75. Okay, it's probably 10 miles off 75. It's not that bad. And this location, I've talked to a few people that have investigated there besides her, and they're blown away at the stuff that they're capturing in this jail. So I'm really looking forward to it. I know that during one of her videos that she filmed, she just doing a random live from there. And I'm sitting there watching it, and I hear this noise, and it's like step slide, as if someone's got a bad leg and they're walking behind her. And I'm like, I know that she's there by herself because she was, mentioned that she's there by herself. And when she does that, she locks the door so no one comes in and she's doing a Facebook Live. And you could hear a footstep. It was a step and a drag. Well, come to find out, she looked back in history and found out that one of the guards would walk that way so that the inmates would know that he's coming instead of just, walking. Because, being in jail, you don't want to scare the inmate. I mean, it's not like maximum security prison where they're constantly, they're in charge, they're the bosses, that kind of thing. But this being a county jail, you still have to have some decency to the other people, to the inmates. And he would walk funny just to make that sound so they knew he was coming. And she recorded that while she was doing her Facebook Live. I mean, it blew my mind. So that's the kind of things that she gets. Like Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary, she got so much stuff there. I believe that was season 2. And, she does different legends. She doesn't only go to locations and do, ghost hunt type stuff. She does legends and stuff, but she does a great job. And I am so proud to be her friend and to know her and to be able to talk to her, because it's really inspires me to do things. So, I hope you really enjoyed the episode. I definitely enjoyed talking to her on, filming her or recording her, whatever you call it, and talking to her about her jails and her season and the things that she come up with. But just get out there and check out her channel. You'll love it. So some of the other things that she's captured in season 1, I believe, she was actually in this tub doing an investigation of a tub. And you think, wait a minute, investigation of a tub? Well, I guess this tub had like hundreds of dead bodies in it. I guess the doctor that had it in his house cut people up in the tub or something. So you have to go back and watch this episode. She was getting all kinds of stuff from this tub. And you think, well, wait a minute, a tub. It's just a tub. But, we talk about the stone tape theory. Energy is, when something drastic happens, that energy goes into whatever object is around it. It's just like haunted dolls and all that stuff. So this tub that she did, and in the house, people were getting all kinds of activity. So go back and watch that. I believe it's season 1. So just go to her YouTube channel, type it in, Ghost Biker Explorations YouTube channel, and binge watch her seasons because you'll love them. They're done so well. It inspires me to do videos like her. I don't want to copy her, but I love to do videos like her. But it's a lot of work. She's already filming for the next season. It takes her a good year to film. And then on top of that, she has to edit for, a 5-show season. So she puts a lot of work into it. Go and watch all of her seasons. You'll enjoy them. So, anyhow, thanks for watching this week. I hope you enjoyed the show this week. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to next week's show. Greg Fatetic. Now, we're kind of on the same thing about jails, but Greg, he is basically in charge of the ghost hunting aspect of the Ohio State Reformatory. This place is amazing. And hopefully I can give you some of my insights of things that happened to me at the Ohio State Reformatory. Now, we do have a convention there every year. And that's basically what we wanted to talk about with Greg is the convention. But we just didn't want to fill the whole show with convention talk. So he talks about what happens at the jail and stuff. And I love that place. So you're going to love that show too. That's coming up next week. And I'll put out another video about that on my opinion about the place and my opinion about what goes on in that jail and things that you won't hear on the regular podcast. So enjoy your week. Have a great week. And I will talk to you next week on my afterthoughts of our weekly show, the 222 Paranormal Podcast. And like I say too, even on this YouTube video, hit subscribe, hit like, leave a comment, give me a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, all that stuff. You got a lot of work to do. So now, even like the podcast, if you're not a follower or subscriber, please hit those buttons. It just helps you get our show every week and don't miss a show. Same thing with YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. That will notify you whenever I put on another video. And give me a thumbs up on the video. It really helps a lot. The YouTube algorithm, I don't know how it works, but if you do all these things, it helps me out. Okay? So anyways, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you next week. Have a great week.